Beautiful. We got Wolfey and pokeaim. Joey and Wolf going head-to-head in week 1. And we're doing the live reaction. I have not seen this before. All I see is the teams and the team preview on pause right now. So let's dive into it. This is our second one we've done, I believe. I actually don't know what order I'm putting these in. So if I say second and this is the third one, I apologize. But I'm going to try to do this one second just because I said it. But I'm looking forward to this one. This one's great. I think a lot of people had this one marked on their week 1 calendars, but all of these matchups are just fantastic. And without further ado, I hope if you have not seen Wolf's and pokeaim's battle, stop watching this. Go watch theirs. I am using their material for my channel. I want you to see theirs first, then watch me react to it. Without further ado, once you're back, hey, because you paused it and you're back now, welcome back, everybody. So let's check it out. I'm gonna hit play and I'm gonna shut up for a second. Oh, it's good to see Wolf back and doing Draft League again. This is so much fun. I see pokeaim all the time do Draft League, so this is kind of a treat. Wolfie getting back into it. Venonat, I didn't have that on my bingo card. I do think it's good. Venonat, I'm a huge Venonat believer, but the Trevenant I knew was coming. I knew that would, like, as you can see, it's a second on the team, so this might be a Rage Pad or Trick Room kind of thing, because, like, just in case you guys didn't know, if you time out in VGC, the first 4 Pokemon you have on your team right now, so in this case, Venonat, Trevenant, Primarina, Espathra, would be sent out in that order in your match. So clearly, as a default, he would have Venonat, Trevenant just in good practice. You got the Citrus Berries, so there, I don't think this is Harvest, unless this is the Sunny Day version, but I don't think you would do Sunny Day with the, because I guess you could have it on your Noivern. So let's see what he's going to do. He's going Tailwind and the Glamora. Yeah, the Focus Sash, I actually had that on the team I had, I think. But let's see how this goes. pokeaim, he's got just a straight rain team. I think I had 5 out of 6 based on what he has there. And then the Rhyperior, the only difference is I had the Zebstrika. So I'm going to give myself a scorecard at the end and see, just compare it. So stick around to the end. So watch this with me. Let's just have a great time. I'm going to analyze every single turn. I'm going to analyze kind of what the moves were, the decisions, things like that. And just kind of glaze them a little bit because they're both so incredible. And then at the end, I'm going to go through what I previewed and what I thought they were going to bring. So Pelipper, Basculegion, just straight up damage. Wow, pokeaim came to play, and then you got the Tailwind on the Noivern with the Glamora, but we see the Focus Sash there. So Wolf's actually not in a bad spot because you could Tailwind here, and with the Focus Sash, you either get the Tailwind up or the double up, right? So let's see how this goes, because the Glamora, you could just go for a... You got to watch out for the Focus Sash on the Pelipper. So this could just be a Meteor... It's not a Meteor Beam because it's a Focus Sash. But Power Gem could definitely take out that Pelipper. But honestly, a Scarf on the Pelipper would probably be the worst thing for Wolfey here. But Sunny Days there makes sense. Super Fang, wow, awesome. And then Tailwind Draco Meteor makes sense. I think I had Hurricane on my Noivern set I had from the Focus Sash set. Ice Fang, he had the Yachi. Wow, this is so cool. The first item's already revealed. Let's see, and then Sunny Day goes off. Cool. And is this a U-turn? Because that would be pretty big. Power Gem right into it. Is it Focus Sash? It is. Okay. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. It was either Scarf or Sash. It's usually the 2 items on there. Tailwind goes off, and we didn't get a Tailwind on the Noiverns, but the weather's gone now. Yeah, so I guess you can go for a Tailwind, but you might go down. Is this a Prim switch in? That looks kind of safe. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit because I want to hear what Wolf has to say, but I need to not steal what he's saying. I want to actually analyze this. So what does pokeaim do here? I feel like the Pelipper just hard switches out here into what, though? I feel like Rhyperior is not a bad switch in here. It's pretty safe. Wolfie could read it with, like, it gets, like, Energy Ball and Earth. I don't think you would Earth Power it, but Energy Ball makes sense. Oh, he does have it. Cool. So Energy Balling the Pelipper makes sense here trying to detect the switch in. I think Basculegion might just attack here. I just don't really know. Yeah, Pelipper switches out. Is this Rhyperior? Archaludon, okay. So that does cover for the Earth Power as well. That's actually a better switch in. So Wave Crash in the Sun. Let's see how much this does. Okay, but I'll take the Recoil. Yeah, then that Toxic Spike. So, and then the Pelipper's floating because it's flying, so it's not getting hit by that poison. The Archaludon, so you can switch it out, no problem. Draco, this is going to hurt. Wow, is that AV? Oh, he went for the accidental KO. That's so funny. And now you can just tailwind this turn. Oh, that's so funny. He actually thought he tailwinded there, but no, I think tailwind was a good play there. But that's actually a really good turn for Wolf, because now you get toxic spikes up. Pelipper's fine, but whoever's in the back is going to get hit with toxic spikes. Rain back up. But Noivern is the, well, I guess they still have tailwind, right? How many turns? Is it one more or two? Yeah, I'm trying to think. A hurricane into the Noivern might be a good play here, or a weather ball, but I feel like you could just go for the, on the Archaludon, you could probably just go for the electro shot here. So is he trying to read this with his grass type, but I just don't know what you do the next turn, so I feel like Sunny Day has to be done here, not tailwind. Or just hard switch. Spiky shield? Can you stall at the tailwind? How many turns are left? What's he gonna do here? Let's see what he's talking out here. Yeah, you go for the tailwind, I guess. Spiky shield. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work either. I think he just splits his damage here. Electro shot probably into the Noivern, and then you just weather ball that Glamora. Depending on the defensive Terra, potentially, yeah, this is just across the field. Yeah, so that makes sense. You got your +1, and Tailwind's probably done. So that actually eliminates the speed control entirely on Wolf's team, except for Trick Room. So that might be the only play left, but yeah, Weather Ball. Let me see. I don't think Wide Guard would be on there, because, like, unless it's Prim. Because, like, I guess the Hyper Voice, the D-Gleam, things like that. So we might get some information here, but I don't think... I think you have to go for Trick Room here, but Glamora's not faster. Did we see that Tailwind was done? Yeah, I think it is one more turn, so you go for a Tailwind. So do you just double the Trevenant here? Yeah, doubling the Trevenant here makes sense for Joey, because you definitely don't want to lose speed control here, but that Glamora is still so strong, but I feel like it's just like one, like, yeah, Weather Ball goes out, that's gone, and then... Oh, that's crazy. He read that right away. So he's actually going for Aurora, Dragon Tail here. That's so funny. Dragon Tail. Wow, he reads it. Wow, what a great tech. What a great tech. This could be a physical arch. No, it already used Electro Shot. It could be mixed, but this is probably just a move for utility. Yeah, so now what does Prim do here? So the rain is up. Let me see. Does Wolfey lose this first game? So yeah, you don't have Trick Room up. So that's Fairy Feather on the Prim, so that's going to hit kind of hard. So does he have D-Gleam or Moonblast? Kind of curious. Both. Wow. D-Gleam and Moonblast. That's awesome. And Psych Up? Wow, that's really cool. So I guess Psyching up the Archaludon with a defensive Terra, that would be pretty cool, but that's... Yeah, you have to go... Well, you can go for an Ally Switch, maybe gain a turn, and keep that Pelipper alive, because I don't think Archaludon really threatens that Trevenant right now. And neither does the Bascule. Well, I guess the Ghost move on the Basculegion. I think you save the Terra for the Trevenant here. Maybe you Terra the Trevenant and then go for a Trick Room and just hope. But I just think that you just go for Hurricane into the Trevenant, and then you go for Electro Shot into the Trevenant. And that covers for Terra. So because I do think the resisted damage on the... Yeah. Let's see. So this is Terra Stellar. How's this going to play out here? Protect there. I don't think he was targeting the Primarina at all. Maybe, actually. Maybe. Because I just feel like you have to stop Trick Room from going up here. This is just too important. Yeah, this is probably Electro Shot and Hurricane into that Trevenant, right? Yeah, there's that, and then he Hurricane. Yeah, this is Stellar Terra Hurricane. Yeah, I didn't think he was going into that Prim slot, but at the same time, when you're in that position, it's really hard to get out of it. And I think this game just goes to Joey, this first game. That Trevenant is so good, but that Dragon Tail was actually a really cool tech, but I'm trying to think, like, did he need to Dragon Tail there? But he did split his damage that turn, so the Dragon Tail just covered for it. If that Dragon Tail misses, it's only a 90% accurate move, right? So it's a +3 Electro Shot, actually. And then not revealing any extra damage. Yeah, there's no way. Later Prim. Yeah, bye. So Wolfey goes down game 1 of his own league. That's not fun. How does he adjust here? So the Noivern was a good lead. I think his mistake was just not getting the speed control. And the Yachi Berry was revealed, right? So I feel like Wave Crash in the rain resisted. It is quad super effective though, but now that the Yachi's on there, I think a Wave Crash is the better play. I think it does more damage than the Yachi Berry ×2. Or like the Ice Fang ×2, rather than the rain boosted Wave Crash, which is stab. So I think I don't see pokeaim really changing his lead at all, right? I don't see anything wrong with what he did. And then even the back row was fine. And we didn't even see the last Pokemon, did we? Did we? I don't remember. Yeah, we didn't see the last one. We only saw the 3, so that's extra information for pokeaim. Is the Venonat gonna come? I think just Rage Powder Trick Room makes sense, unless he knows that there's Terras on there that we don't. So the Grass Terra on something could be really problematic. Actually, Grass Terra or Safety Goggles on that Archaludon makes sense. Is he just... So he's going for Venonat Espathra. Wow. I guess Espathra gets Trick Room too. Why not, right? And Opportunist is interesting as well because it copies the stat boost, doesn't it? Or is that only on entry? I don't remember. I actually think Opportunist just activates when they activate, so... But do you live... Like, I guess you would. I feel like this is Opportunist and Trick Room on the Espathra. That's a really sneaky tech, actually. You don't usually see Trick Room on Espathra. Yeah, Joey's really thinking about this. That's a little extra information. I feel like Joey got more so than Wolf. Because, like, a few items were revealed. And also, we saw all 4 Pokemon, so... Let's see how this goes. I'm not really sure. Let's see Wolf take a game. I don't like seeing blowouts in a week 1, so let's see how it goes. He plays so much draft though. Archaludon, Meowstic, so definitely Rain Dance is on that thing for sure. And I think I mentioned in my preview in my previous video, it's just that having multiple forms of setting rain is just so good, right? Calm Mind set. Okay, that's really cool. So Calm Mind, you go first, get the Spadef boost and the special attack boost, and if he goes for the Electro Shot and the Rain Dance, then you actually get, yeah, Sleep Powder makes sense. Calm Mind. Does he go for a Rain Dance Electro Shot? Because then you get +2 at the end of this turn in your special attack. That'd be really smart. This is an interesting board state right now. This is really interesting. Let's see. Life Orb on the Espathra too, which isn't going to be revealed until he attacks. Fake out. Yeah, okay. So no... And it could be Power Herb with the Electro Shot. That'd be in Wolfie's best favor, actually. Yeah. Let's see. Flash Cannon. Okay, he might have been... Okay, so that does a lot of damage to him. Okay. Speed Boost. So it's not Opportunist. Okay. So let me see. So that does give you an extra mode to get around the Tailwind. So that's actually pretty smart. Now this Espathra is going to just do a lot of damage. So is this just like... I didn't see Venonat's moves. Does it have Struggle Bug? Because that would be a good... Like, yes, if you're attacking on the special side, you don't really care about the defense boost from Stamina. Let me see. So Arch, I guess it's Terra Grass. Yeah, that does get around Rage Powder too. So let me see. Is he going to go for a Rain Dance and then the Electro Shot into the... Yeah, there's the Protect. Let's see. What happens here? Is this a Sleep Powder? Is this going to go off? Light Screen goes off. Okay, we've already got the Calm Mind off though. Sleep Powder. Oh, Safety Goggles. Smart. Nice. Dragon Tail. Missed. Oh, no. See, that's the difference. So you can protect in front of a Dragon Tail. You can't protect in front of a Roar. That's the thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Archaludon was Assault Vest. Because Dragon Tail has to be an attack. Or like with AV, you have to have an attack. But Roar goes through Protect. So that's one thing. So, but this is going to be pretty bulky. So Light Screen and Lumina Crash goes off. Doesn't do much. It's got to be AV. Yeah, he says the same thing too. Stamina makes sense. And is this just a Struggle Bug from the Venonat? I didn't see. Psyshock, that does super effective damage. Yeah. Yeah. Struggle Bug makes sense. Cool. I don't think Struggle Bug can miss. I don't think it can miss. I could be wrong though. I'm going to fact check myself when I'm editing this. Dragon Tail goes off, so there goes the boost. The hard thing is you don't get to choose who comes in when you're phased out like that. So Roar, Dragon Tail. So Wolfie has no choice on who's on the field. Yeah, so that. Yeah, so he doesn't really care about the stamina boost unless Body Press starts going off. But that's 1, 2, 3 resists already. for body press. So Struggle Bug goes off again, I think, or Rage Powder. No. Do you Sludge Bomb that slot and Sleep Powder and then just kind of hope for the switch? Is that what he's going to do? Because I wouldn't have chosen that, but I'm trying to think. I'm trying to see the sets and remember them as I go, but I don't see them. So Sleep Powder, and then he's not running a poison move. So it is a switch out. So this is why he's so good at the game, right? He just kind of knows what you want to do, right? So this Pelipper is going Night Night, unless Psyshock picks up. Yeah. Spiky Shield goes off. And does it actually? I wouldn't be surprised if the Psyshock went into the Glamora. Yeah, there it is. Because you want to break the sash. That makes perfect sense. So now Venonat gets just a free Sleep Powder here. 97% accurate Sleep Powder. Very nice. Venonat is such a problem. I didn't have it on the team because I kind of like going a little bit more offense. But the Espathra I didn't have pegged on this team as well. So Struggle Bug makes sense. And then do you go for the Meowstic here just because it's such a pain? I'd be curious of how many turns of Light Screen are left. Yeah, Speed Boost, so you switch it in. Do you get the Speed Boost at the end of the turn if you switch in, or you have to be on the turn? I don't remember. I feel like I got burned by that in the past. I haven't used a lot of Blaziken and Espathra with Speed Boost before. See, yeah, Psyshock goes off. You want to break the sash. Yeah, doesn't do that much. Power Gem. Down to sash. Okay. Could have gone for what's it called? Yeah, so I was right. So you don't get the speed boost off switching in on a turn like that. That would be so nice if you could. You just switch it on, defensive switch in, and then you just get the speed boost at the end of the turn. That'd be great. So he's going for a Calm Mind again. I feel like Espathra can set up here, but like you have no HP left. This is really hard. You got to go for the Pelipper here, right? Do you? I feel like Primarina just beats that Pelipper anyway, so just with the last little bit. So Calm Mind makes sense, but Meowstic, like I feel like it could just attack, but I know it gets like Shadow Ball and stuff. What's Meowstic doing here? Do you just double the Meowstic? Because the Espathra probably goes first. I would imagine he has a spec to go first. So you live this. Yeah. And let's see, that would have been a hell of a low roll, high roll. Yeah, it's -2. And does this pick up? Power Gem, does it pick up? -2? True Light Screen? Let's see. Nope, just shy. Yeah, Wolf's in a bad spot here. It's still sleeping, so... Light Screen's gone. Okay, so it's not Light Clay. Let's see. He probably just goes for another Light Screen, especially after seeing... I guess you haven't seen the Prim yet, but you have an idea it's in the back. Yeah, Joey's in such a good spot. I feel like he's got all 4 Pokemon. Yes, these two have low HP, but like maybe it's just the rain turns might be... Yeah, I think there's only one more turn, isn't there? Light Screen goes up. And he left the Pelipper on the field, so maybe he's just like sacrificing the rain. Lumina Crash, so he picks up a double KO here, right? Yeah, Archaludon is next with the AV, like he said. It has already Terra, so Wolfey does have his Terra left. Yeah, so who's in the back? So he doesn't... Yeah, rain's got to be ending soon, right? Unless it's like Damp Rock or something. Yeah, I apologize in advance, actually. If he's mentioned some things that I'm already saying, I'm not really listening to what Wolfey's saying right now. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. So if I miss something he says and I repeat it... Oh, Poltergeist! That's interesting. No offense. And it did take some damage, so this is Hospitality. Yeah, heals it a bit. And AV, yeah, that kind of sucks, actually, because now... Yeah, because he just Rage Powders to the end of the game, right? Yeah, Lumina Crash, and then I... What is Poltergeist going to do, though, if he doesn't Rage Powder? I think this has to be a Rage Powder. Unless he goes for Trick Room here, that would be really interesting. Maybe. It's got to be EV Light. Yeah, I guess you have to read the Sludge Bomb, I guess. But you know that you live that. But as long as it's just Rage Powder and then an attack with Archaludon, I think this is just an easy turn for Joey. Just go for Rage Powder and Electroshot. That way you get your special attack boost. So you tear it into what? I missed it. Let's see what happens. So this is Terra what? Terra Stellar? Wow, Terra Stellar. On both sides. Yeah, and then Prim in the back. I don't know if your Prim can take out that Archaludon, though. He didn't Rage Powder. Hold on a second. It's gonna hurt. Is this a Life Dew? This might be Life Dew. I think this is just short. Yeah. Just short. That's unfortunate. That's a really bad turn for Wolf. Electroshock goes off. I'm surprised the Rage Powder didn't go off. What is this Poltergeist doing? What is this doing? It's gotta be Life Dew, right? But that -2 special defense on the Archaludon, though. I think it's Life Dew. What's happening? He did Trick Room. Interesting. Okay, so Prim looks pretty good late game here, especially with spread moves. He didn't have a water move. Well, not like you want to use a water move. So there goes the rain. Does Prim come in here now and just start moonblasting? I feel like you may want to just set up the Prim. Just start using Struggle Bug. Yeah, you just start Struggle Bugging. It's probably Life Dew, Rage Powder, and maybe Scald. Yeah, Struggle Bug, and then you go for Lumina Crash, I guess. Yeah, will this pick up the Archaludon, though, with Venonat? That's actually kind of crazy. Venonat's so slow. What happens here? And you can't protect with the Archaludon. This picks it up. Life Dew. I knew it had Life Dew. Now it doesn't pick up. Yeah, I don't know what Poltergeist's speed tier is. Oh, hold on. I think we're okay. Let's see. There goes that. Doesn't do any damage. That actually did more than it probably should have. Flash Cannon goes off. That picks it up. Yo, and then he's just going to keep Life Doing until the end of the game. That makes sense. Primarina, though. So the turn order is going to be Poltergeist, Venonat, Primarina, then Archaludon. So I feel like just Life Dew to the end of the game. You just can't do enough damage, right? Life Dew or Rage Powder. Maybe Rage Powder is the way to go right now, but that Struggle Bug, believe it or not, from the Venonat is actually a little threatening. So I think you have to just Life Dew. Yeah. Rage Powder. So he chose it over healing. So Venonat is probably going to pick up at -2. Yeah, Struggle Bug goes off. Does this pick up? Ah! Let's see. But Prim just uses spread damage here too, right? Yeah, I feel... Well, yeah, because then you just Moonblast into the Archaludon, you lose anyway, yeah. So Wolfey wins here. Woo! That's crazy. Oh, man. All right. No, that was a fun game. Wow. Oh, I actually thought it was over. Poltergeist is so small, I didn't even see it on the screen anymore. That's so funny. I want to see this Psych Up tech, but like Wolfey made a comment in his team kind of breakdown of his draft. Primarina is the strongest special attacker, strongest fairy type in Reg H. At least in this draft that was picked, for that matter. So the fact that it could just spam D-Gleams and stuff, fairy is just such a broken offensive type and defensive type. Like, it's insane that it resists bug. I don't know why. So Wolfey wins that one. Cool, we got a game 3. Oh, what's the adjustment? I don't know why pokeaim or Joey, I don't know why he adjusted. I feel like he could have just stuck doing the same thing he did. So he probably just goes back to his game 1 strategy, right? And then Wolf, does Wolf want Trick Room? Does Wolf want Trick Room or Tailwind? He went Glamora Venonat, right? No, he went for the, Espathra Venonat. I don't know if the Espathra, like, it was fine. Yeah, he's really thinking about this right now. Trevenant Venonat might work. But the Terra Grass, how do you deal with Terra Grass? Because I didn't see Hurricane on the Noivern, right? It's AV. Yeah. Yeah. Probably Body Press. Yeah, he's taking great notes. So that's one thing that a lot of players don't do, is they just forget to take notes of what's happening. And then you're like, did this Pokemon have this? Or you're trying to respect a move that they can't have because they've showed all 4 moves, right? So if you don't write them down, or you're covering for a switch in, they've already revealed all. I'm really bad for that. Like, I'll be playing the game and they'll switch out the front row into the back and whatever it is, and I'll be trying to cover for a switch in for a Pokemon they don't have. It's just not in the game. So it's just taking notes is so good. Who's in the front, who's in the back, what items have they revealed, some damage calcs and moves, right? So, and items as well. So let's see. So I feel like the Poltergeist was really annoying, but I feel like having to decide. Yeah, so just Rage Powder Trick Room. I figured that's what I wanted him to do last game, but he went for the Espathra. What does Joey do? I would just go for the original lead, wouldn't you? Because, like, I feel like you could just do the same thing. Like, Safety Goggles is on the Meow Stick, right? So, can a double up between Terra Grass, Archaludon, and Meow Stick getting around the Rage Powder, can that take out your Trick Room setter? Because we saw Psyshock, we saw it's got to be Rain Dance, right? But we saw what was the other move we saw in it? I think it was, we saw Rain Dance on the Meowstic, didn't we? I should probably look back, but I know it used other moves, right? I thought that T-Wave looked fantastic on Meowstic this week. I don't know, because like you could T-Wave this entire team, like why not? And then it's so problematic, right? And I think Terra Dark was on the Trevenant, right? So, ooh, this is gonna be a fun game 3. Let's see. Look at him, he's at work. Look at man, he's at work right now. Look at his face. Rhyperior Meowstic, interesting. Terra Grass all over the board, right? So, let's see. Do you put that Rhyperior to sleep right now? Oh yeah, Fake Out. He faked out as well, so Meowstic has Fake Out. Swords Dance would be crazy. You know what? Joey covering for Wolf's Trick Room was actually a great read. Because, like, he probably was expecting it game 2. And the fact that it didn't come is just more like, now it's probably coming game 3 for sure, because this team is just so good in it. Kind of surprised not to see the Hariyama in this game, but he went for Knockoff, and he went for what? Protect, just to get rid of the Venonat? I'm trying to think what... I didn't see what he locked in with the Venonat. Is it Rage Powder? Yeah. Rhyperior, what is he doing? It's probably Terra Grass. That's an early Terra. Yeah, I guess you have to, right? Covers for the Sleep Powder and the Wood Hammer, so that's not bad. Is Rhyperior just attacking? Protect on the Venonat, okay. So this Trevenant is really vulnerable right now. Light Screen, that makes sense because the team is very special. Cool. Knockoff goes in. That does a lot. Yeah. Knocks out the Safety Goggles, so now you can put it to sleep. Rock Slide goes off. He detects its min speed already. That's awesome. Wow, just... Oh, Life Orb, okay. Damage boosting item for sure. That's when you just know your calcs, right? And it just eats the berry too, just going below half HP on the citrus. What do you say? Yeah, knock off the Life Orb. But Rhyperior is just so strong, right? Like, I'm trying to think if he's just... Disruption in the front row is just such a good idea. Just completely cripple the front row, then the back row comes in just safety. So Psyshock, and then Rock Slide will do it, but it's slower than the Venonat. Yeah. And then Rock Slide does it. It doesn't pick up the Trevenant, but it could... Let me see. Trevenant went first, didn't it? Yeah, knock off. Life Orb. Just did a little bit more than Life Orb. Chip. Rock Wrecker? Okay. Later, Trevenant. Yeah, they have a recharge turn next turn, so... and you can't switch out. And that thing's sleeping. This is free. This is so free. So what do you... That was a fast prim switch in. Can't switch out, so you just hit that slot with a Moonblast and don't look back, right? Yeah, Struggle Bug and then Moonblast into that Rhyperior makes perfect sense. I don't know if the Rhyperior goes down. With Fairy Feather, it probably does. Yeah, Struggle Bug covers for the switch in on the Meowstic. That's fine. Lowers the Psyshock damage, and Moonblast, you're hoping it picks up the Rhyperior, but he probably knows his calcs more than me, right? Oh, Light Screen's up. No, I think he lives this. I thought, yeah, he went for Struggle Bug, didn't he? Oh, Poltergeist. Yeah, it covers for the Struggle Bug, and it covers for the Sleep Powder. That's a really good switch in. And heals him, so it guarantees it lives. A crit would do it. Crit would do it. Nope. It did do a lot of damage. Struggle Bug goes off, hits them both. So here's the thing. Now you have Rage Powder on the field, and that's really interesting. It doesn't get around the Venonat, but I don't know what Venonat's doing to the Rhyperior. So it's what? Rage Powder? Rage Powder, Sleep Powder, Struggle Bug, Protect. So yeah, this thing's not doing anything. You just Struggle Bug again. D-Gleam? D-Gleam is probably your best play, but is it Terra Fairy here? Yeah. Yeah. This probably clears the field, doesn't it? Yeah, do you burn your Terra here or not? I feel like you have to. You might stay in because, like, you could just Rage Powder here. I don't think you've revealed D-Gleam yet. I think this is Rage Powder. No, I would D-Gleam here, Wolf. Well, I respect your decision. You're a much better player than I. So he's going for the Moonblast just to get rid of it, but that's a really strong Pokemon to keep alive, right? Protect. Yeah, reading the Protect, I guess, on the Rhyperior. That's a good play. But what's the Sinister or the Poltergeist doing? He did read that. Wow. Good for you, Wolf. Yeah, but D-Gleam... Yeah, he attacked around it. Wow, great turn. What a great turn, but this doesn't finish it off, though. What's the Poltergeist doing? Oh, Life Dew. It's got to be Life Dew. Let's see. So that now that... Oh, crit. Yeah, special attack. That's fine. Oh, Trick Room. Okay. So he did... Wolf did call out min speed on the Rhyperior because the Venonat went first. So let's see. So I think it's just like Rage Powder, Rock Slide. No, you go for Rock Slide. But I think you have to cover for it, though. I think you have to Rage Powder here with your Venonat. I think you Rage Powder. You can Hard Switch, I guess. Protect keeps it alive. Okay, that makes sense. Because you could clear the field. I think Prim takes this. Yeah, I think a Rock Slide flinch on the Prim would really hurt. I think you have to Rage Powder here. But he's protecting. Protect and D-Gleam. Oh, he almost timed out. He just... What did he do here? Did he D-Gleam or Moonblast? I feel like he Moonblasted. Rock Slide goes off. It's that. Yeah, and let's see. Does this flinch? 3-hit KO. Well, he did go for the Moonblast, so this is the most amount of damage you can do. Oh, wait a second. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Oh! That hurts. The light screen was so good on Joey's side. Oh my goodness. So now this is tough. You do survive another Rock Slide though, unless it's a high roll. I just think Rock Slide, dude, just D-Gleam here, man. Yeah, there you go. Rage Powder D-Gleam. You don't really have a choice. Covers for the Rock Wrecker. I don't like the turn order here for Wolf, but I think Joey's just playing so well. He brought such a good team. Like, he's got the light screen there. Let me see. Yeah, who'd it miss? Prim! That's big. That's really big. Venonat, we salute you. Let's see. Help. Oh. Oh, now it picks up. So that actually would have picked up. That's crazy. Him missing that was nuts. Oh my goodness. Wow, good turn for you, Wolf. But like, yeah, that Rock Slide miss really hurt. I actually won a championship based on a Rock Slide miss. Oh, that's a big turn. But hey, Rock Slide, you know, it's one of the most broken moves in the game. But like, yeah, it's got its downsides for sure. So how many turns to Trick Room is my question. What's coming in? Basculegion? That's too quick. What have I done to deserve this? Sleeping Meowstic, though, I'll take that. Yeah. And you have Focus Ash. I feel like you just double that Basculegion, so you just D-Gleam and Energy Ball, right? Yeah. And that should do it. So who are you fake? You can't fake out. I guess you wake up and fake out. But did he have a guaranteed turn to sleep yet? I don't remember. Yeah. Let's see, Sleeping Meowstic. D-Gleam goes off, so no priority. There goes Meowstic, and I think this does it. Yeah, he's got Focus Ash, so he's fine. The game's over. Last Respects, that's fine. Prim's dead, but then Energy Ball just picks up. This game's over. Yeah. Yeah, Terra Fairy Prim with D-Gleam is just so good. Energy Ball. Yeah, that's just it. Nice job. Wow, nice job. Whew. Yeah, welcome back to Draft League, Wolf. Thank you very much for that. Pokeaim, that was a fun match as well. Well-built team, seriously. And I'm going to do what I normally do. I'm going to do my comparison to what I thought they were going to bring and what they did bring. And I will see you guys next. Ooh, that was a lot of fun. All right, let's break down these teams and see how right I was and how wrong I was. So let's go over Pokeaim's team. So I was actually 5 for 6 on what was brought. The only thing I was wrong on was the Zebstrika, the Rhyperior. We didn't end up seeing the ability on the Rhyperior, but it actually very well could have been like just threatening the Lightning Rod. Not like Wolfey's team really threatens a lot of electric moves, but Dedenne maybe. I think Pokeaim was saying that he was a little afraid of Dedenne in his week 1, but it's still a Dedenne. So it very well could have been Lightning Rod. I thought the Zebstrika because the Trevenant looked like a big problem for this team, but it turns out it was just okay. It was using knockoff more so than the Woodhammer, but that's fine. So yeah, 5 for 6. The Pelipper, I didn't get the Terra right because it's Stellar. Let's go. I got the wrong team here. Let's see. Pokeaim's team. Cool. Yeah, let me see. So Life Dew, Rage Powder, Trick Room. I was right on that. Poltergeist, EV Light based on the damage. Yep. Choice Band, we didn't see the item. Meowstick. Let me see. So it was Psy Shock, not Psychic. Rain Dance, we didn't see it. Fake Out, we did. Archuludon, Electroshot. So I had the Power Up version, but Terra Grass was something I definitely had on there as well. So I was a little bit right there as well. And the Stamina, so that made sense. But it looked like it was AV based on the damage calcs. I guess I can watch Pokeaim just to confirm, but I'll probably just watch it for fun anyway, because I do want to enjoy these as a fan as much as covering it with you guys as well. So 5 for 6 on Pokeaim's team, but that was a really fun team. He had a bunch of really neat text. The Light Screen I thought was great on the Meowstick. The Arch was a fun set. The Pelipper, you got the Tailwind up in game 1, literally won him the game just from getting the Tailwind up and Wolfey not getting Tailwind. He decided to go for the weather control rather than the speed control, and it just didn't work out for him in the end of the game. Basculegion, we only saw, what did we see? We saw Last Respects, and did we see Ice Fang? That's what we saw, and then it just went down in that game. So we didn't see a whole lot from that, but that thing is just incredibly strong. But let me look at Wolfey's team for a sec. What did I do for Wolfey's team? So the Prim, Terra Fairy, that's funny. I had Moonblast, Degleam, Protect, Life Orb. He had Fairy Feather. So I definitely thought that the Fairy Spread and the Fairy Stab just looked fantastic into his team, and he saw the same thing too, so really cool. Let me see. The Liquid Voice, obviously, right? But I guess Wolf, yeah, I guess you would have been Liquid Voice. You wouldn't have run Torrent because he didn't have any water moves, so it is what it is. But then we got the Hariyama didn't show up. The Mamoswine didn't show up. That's fine. I thought the Hariyama would have helped him get Trick Room up a little bit better. That actually might have been the way to go. What did he not bring? He didn't bring he brought everything. Yeah, he brought the Prim, brought the Venonat, the Espathra, Noivern, Trevenant, Glamora. Yeah, he brought everything, so I guess maybe he didn't really need the Hariyama, but I feel like it might have helped a little bit. And maybe he'll lean on that a little bit more next week if Trick Room looks really good. But yeah, the Glamora set, it was the Pokesash, Power Gem, Earth Power, Sludge Bomb, Protect. Instead of Sludge Bomb, he had Energy Ball. I thought that was a really good choice. Just having Grass from a second option instead of just the Trevenant with Woodhammer. Because Trevenant had a hard time just kind of getting what it wanted to do off. Like the knockoff was great for setting up that safety goggles sleep. Because like the sleep on that Meowstick really pressured him to reposition. And so that knockoff just did really well. And then he put it to sleep, and then it came in at the end of the game and just stayed sleeping. So very, very nice, big brain, big league play by Wolf. So, but other than that, yeah, the Prim just did so much work in the end. I really wish he degleamed a little bit more often than he moonblasted, because he did read a Protect though, so egg on my face, I guess. But you gotta cover. I felt like he should have covered for maybe that Rage Powder, but like all the better players say, 50-50s aren't necessarily 50-50s. Are they going to Rage Powder or are they not? He just knows. Like, are they going to Protect or are they going to not? And he was just like, no, he's going to Protect here. And he read it like a book, right? So very good play on him. The Noivern, I didn't have the Sunny Day on there. I had the Taunt on there, but I believe the other moves made sense. The Hurricane, I was wrong, I think. I don't think he had Hurricane. And then the Prim, except for the Hyper Voice, he had Psych Up. I was curious what he was going to do with Psych Up. So, maybe with a Spothra, you go for Calm Mind, then side Psych Up. That would have been cool. I had Haze on there. I don't think he did. Forest Curse is a little gimmicky. So, but what did he have? Knockoff, Trick Room, Woodhammer, and the last move was, I don't remember. But he didn't click it, so it doesn't really matter. Terra Dark on the Trevenant, though. That was 100% what I thought he was going to do. So, Very cool stuff. That was a lot of fun to watch, and I can't wait to watch more. So I will see you guys in the next one. Oh, by the way, stay, don't leave. Before I see you in the next one, go check out Wolfey's match and go check out pokeaim's match. Their commentary of their own matches is great. You'll learn their sets, you'll learn their mindset, get into the mind of better players. And I'm just sitting over here just watching, have a lot of fun with you guys. So now I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.